Why would we know you were going to jail?
The bigger implication
Do I think that a brother could do that to a sister? No.
We haven't been together on holidays. Joe has missed the girls growing up.
It'll be okay.
Hold on to your pearls and polish those wine glasses because the Real Housewives of New Jersey are bringing the sizzle, and we're about to dive into an ocean of family feuds and riveting revelations. There's no better front row seat to the opulence and the clashes than right here. Go on, give that subscribe button a tap and flick the notification bell. Let Celebrity Pop as your golden ticket to all things delightfully scandalous. Let the roller coaster of emotions commence. Meet Gia Giudice, a young, sassy, and fierce 22-year-old who's no stranger to the glaring cameras, having grown up on reality TV. With her mother being the one and only Teresa Giudice, she's learned the art of handling drama with grace. However, even the serene Gia couldn't hold back when her beloved uncle Joe Gorga claimed that she made a remark about his wife. Gia's claws came out, and oh boy, it was a sight to behold. Let's rewind a little. The setup was electrifying as the cast members of the Real Housewives of New Jersey gathered for the much-awaited reunion episode. It's like the Hollywood Oscars of reality TV, where the gowns are dripping with glamour, the makeup is flawless, and everyone's preparing their acceptance speech. But replace the awards with drama. As the tension built up, Gia Giudice, who's practically reality TV royalty, entered the scene through a phone call. That's right, a phone call that was about to set the stage on fire. Her mother, Teresa, the stunning 51-year-old matriarch of the Giudice family, called her to clear the air about some controversial comments. We could feel the tension thickening like an Italian bolognese sauce simmering on the stove. Uncle Joe, the muscular and charismatic 43-year-old on the line, claimed that Gia hinted he could do better than his wife Melissa. All eyes were on Gia as the world held its breath, awaiting her response. "Zio Joe," she began with a tone of sadness. "I never said that." The words rolled out like thunder on a stormy night. She was disheartened that her dear uncle would think she would say something of that sort. It wasn't the Gia he knew, and she had to set the record straight. The room could feel her anguish. It was like her words echoed in slow motion. An emotional tempest ensued as Gia's words made waves. She expressed her anguish over her uncle and his wife skipping her mother's wedding, a moment that meant the world to her. Well, the tables were turning. And then, as though an electric current shot through her, Teresa Giudice, the queen bee of Real Housewives of New Jersey, stormed out of the room like a hurricane, leaving a trail of devastation in her path. It was a scene out of a Shakespearean tragedy. The audience was captivated, the cast members were shocked, and social media went ablaze. Gia Giudice, the serene princess, had drawn her line in the sand. She'd stood her ground, defended her honor, and revealed her undying loyalty to her family. This event goes down as a classic chapter in the Real Housewives of New Jersey folklore, a mixture of familial bonds, raw emotions, and undiluted drama. The Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion episode was akin to an Italian opera, where the characters conveyed their emotions with passion and zeal, a touch of betrayal, and a commitment to family. While the story is just getting started, so prepare yourself, folks. The season 13 finale was a buffet of emotions that had everybody hooked to their screens. With a family feud that should be crowned as the feud of the century, this episode had all the bells and whistles. Enter Joe Gorga, a contractor who knows not just how to lay bricks, but also how to lay the foundation of a scandal. Joe claimed his niece Gia Giudice had something to say about his wife Melissa. He quoted Gia, "You know, I heard what happened. We just think that you can do better. Mommy thinks so. We all do." The words hung in the air like a ghost from a scandalous past. The audience sat at the edge of their seats, waiting, just waiting. Well, let's rewind a bit again. It started during the season 13 finale when Joe Gorga accused his niece, Gia Giudice, of disrespecting his wife, Melissa Gorga. Joe claimed that Gia had called him, suggesting that he could do better than Melissa. The bombshell revelation came amidst speculations of infidelity on Melissa's part, which had already caused tension among the cast members. The reunion was the perfect opportunity to address this explosive allegation and set the record straight. The phone call that followed was more than a storm. It was a tornado that swept the audience off their feet. You see, the spark that ignited this fire was a rumor of infidelity on Melissa's part. The rumor circulated like wildfire, and Gia was thrown into the mix. Gia, with a poise that could shame royalty, insisted she never said anything of that sort. Teresa, who was fighting like a lioness, pulled out her phone and said, "I'm gonna call my daughter right now." In a world where every second matters, Uncle Joe's comeback was swift. "So she can lie for you? Of course she is. What, am I gonna make this up?" But before we move on, stay up to date on all the spicy celebrity news with Celebrity Pop. Smash that like button, subscribe, and make that notification bell ring. There's no better place to savor the latest celebrity dish. So suddenly, Andy Cohen, the host with the most, took center stage. He grabbed the phone like a hero in an action movie and demanded the truth from Gia. What she said could be carved in stone. I called him regarding the wedding, saying that he should do the right thing, and that Nonna and Nonno are looking down on them, and my mom wanted him to walk her down the aisle. This was a moment where Gia stood tall, fearless in the eye of the storm. But wait, Melissa was not to be silenced. With eyes that could shoot daggers, she asked why Joe would ever make something like that up. Teresa, without missing a beat, retorted, "Because he's married to you." The room was tense. You could cut the atmosphere with a knife. Teresa's emotions were flowing like Niagara Falls as she said to Joe, "I just don't understand this. I was always good to you. I always put you first. We were best friends. This is absolutely disgraceful. I really can't." The dam broke, and Teresa stormed out, her voice an echo that will forever haunt the walls. "You're disgusting. This is not how I would raise my children ever." But hold on, there's more to this saga. The intricate tapestry of this episode has layers, my friends. It all began 6 months prior when Teresa and Louis invited Joe to their house to spill some steaming tea. The rumor that Melissa had cheated on Joe. Joe revealed in a confessional interview how Louis kept pushing this rumor about Melissa's infidelity with multiple men. This was the moment that led to an enormous fallout. Teresa and Melissa had a massive argument while filming the season 13 finale over the gossip that Melissa had a secret kiss with longtime friend Nick Baroda. Amidst all this drama, there was a sense of betrayal, of family ties being strained. The battle lines were drawn and the warriors were armed with their words. In this emotional battlefield with family ties tearing at the seams, Gia stood as a beacon of grace and poise amidst the storm. In the Real Housewives of New Jersey world, the stakes are always high. Season 13 was an emotional roller coaster that had everyone's hearts pounding. The Giudice-Gorga family feud is now etched in reality TV history as the echoes of their words reverberate in the halls of melodrama. As the explosive Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion unfolded, it became clear that the feud between Gia Giudice and Uncle Joe Gorga was just the tip of the iceberg. The tension extended to the entire family, particularly between Melissa Gorga and Teresa Giudice, who have had a tumultuous relationship for years. Picture this. Melissa, her voice dripping with disbelief, her eyes wide with shock, turns to Danielle and exclaims, "Pretty effed up sister-in-law I have, isn't it?" This line could be etched into the Great Wall of reality TV quotables. The magnitude of these allegations is the equivalent of throwing a grenade into the peaceful Giudice-Gorga dinner gathering. Melissa, whose relationship with Teresa could rival the twists and turns of a roller coaster, doesn't hold back. She drops the bombshell that Teresa feeds on us getting a divorce. Is it a mere accusation or a true revelation? In the intoxicating world of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, every word is like a sip of fine wine, leaving you craving for more. In this whirlwind, Mrs. Gorga, who's been hitched to Joe since 2004, says something that could make one's hair stand on end. She opines that Joe can't even look at Teresa because of the day she summoned him to her abode where the rumors were unleashed. It's like Pandora's box was flung open and nothing would ever be the same. Now here's where the plot thickens. The Real Housewives of New Jersey, the juggernaut of drama, was put on pause according to page 6. The engine that drives the show seemed to have sputtered and come to a halt. With Giudice and Gorga reported to be legitimately estranged, the network was akin to a ship in stormy waters, unsure of which way to steer. The once mighty housewives are now in uncharted waters. Rumor has it, no one's been offered contracts for the next season. Like a halted game of musical chairs, the Real Housewives of New Jersey's castmates are left scrambling. Season 14, once a beacon on the horizon, is now shrouded in mystery. When will the cameras roll? When will the sassy New Jersey ladies grace our screens again? It's like the juiciest novel you've ever read, but the last pages are missing. To cap it off, the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion is like the piece de resistance, the grand finale of a symphony that had the audience on their feet. Set to air on a fateful Tuesday at 8 p.m. ET on Bravo, it's the rendezvous that had viewers setting reminders, popping popcorn, and bracing themselves for a night that could change the very fabric of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. This is the tale of family, betrayal, love, and above all, the thirst for truth. But that's a wrap. Before you dash off, don't forget to dive into the celebrity whirlpool with Celebrity Pop. Like, subscribe, and hit those notifications. Your VIP pass to the juiciest scandals awaits. With a wink and a toast, we part ways, but New Jersey never sleeps, and neither does the drama.